Good morning. How are you? I ran into this, I don't want to call it an issue, but this new update in Vue 3 when I was actually working on a form for work yesterday, so I thought I would just do it in the stream today. Not my actual work code, but kind of a similar representation of what I was doing. And I think the best way to illustrate the concept is through a form wizard. Yeah, I'm actually going to set up a brand new project, which is kind of built off of this old one that I have. If you see on the screen, Vue3 responsive. Hey Jared Wilkert, how are you? Thanks for being my longest sub ever. Yeah, so this project, I'm going to post it in the chat. This was a Vue2 project that I built, I believe, last year. And you probably remember because I did several different frameworks where I built the same thing. And these are all the mock-ups that I have and some info in the README and stuff. But there's a mock-up that's not included in here. And let me see if I can find that. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's a form wizard. So I'm going to be using vModel with child components and illustrating it with a form wizard in the stream today. And I just updated or made sure my Vue CLI was up to date. So I'm actually going to create a new Vue project because this is the thing that takes a minute. So let me go ahead and create, let's call it form wizard, the project. And then it's going to ask me, let me do my Vue3. Yeah, I'll just get everything. Vue3 demos. Routing, yeah, I definitely need routing. Okay, I'm just gonna click on that one and it's gonna create my project. So there's my project, and let me just show you the mock-up. So here is, this is basically, you can see it's the same project as the store that I built. But there's some screens that I didn't include before because I never used them. So it's these kind of checkout screens. It's kind of like the Amazon or any of the, any of those store checkouts where you enter your contact information, you click next, you enter some more information, and then you get to review your information at the end. So that's kind of what I want to build today. Let me leave the mock-ups up here. Yeah, it's taking a minute. All right, well that's going. I think I'm gonna go ahead and create a new repo. So let me create a new repository, and I'm going to call this, let me put it under my Faraday Academy organization because I want to put everything I stream under here instead of under my personal name. Repository, what do I want to call this repository? I guess just Vue3 form wizard. And then a description, form wizard built with Vue3, and I'm going to use Prime Vue as the framework just to make it easy so I don't actually have to do any design work. Yeah, public. Okay, don't want to add any of this because Vue is going to create some of that stuff for me. So create repository, and let me move this stuff around. Okay, looks like it's almost done. And let me copy this so I can go ahead and set up Git once this completes. Okay, so get into Form Wizard. Let me go ahead and open it in VS Code. And now I'm gonna go, yeah, that's to be expected. Okay, git remote add origin, and now, okay, so my git remote setup, and this is loading. By the way, I haven't fully finished setting up my new computer. So if it lags at all, it's because I'm still on the old computer. Because I realized I have like 100 things to set up. Install Vue UI. Yeah, I've used Vue UI for instead of the CLI, but I don't know, something about the terminal is just enjoyable. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this. So start it with npm run serve. Vue3 is so much faster when running it than Vue2. Oh, you want me to rename master to main? Okay. I'll get in the habit of that. Sure. Alright. There we go. I have a main branch before I pushed. Anyway, let me do npm run serve. It's okay. ESLint, sure. TS config. Okay, that's fine. Alright, here's my main.js. Let me go ahead and fix this. Const app equals, where's my cursor? There we go. Hey, the Weebwood guy, how are you? Okay, there we go. That way I can add stuff later. Okay, app.use_store, so I have all of that stuff. My app is running. Let me go ahead and look at localhost 8080. Oh, the web UI guy. That's funny. It's hard to read the characters when they're all strung together. Okay. Don't want to nerd out too much about language, but a couple thousand years ago, people used to write in all caps with no spaces and no punctuation, so it kind of looked like that, like all of the words together. Yeah, it's interesting to think about how they read that. Anyway, it's not really important. Now I totally lost track of what I was doing. Here we go. I'm going to create, let me go ahead and create all the components and everything that I want. So I'm going to, I don't need about, delete that. I have the home page, get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. Okay. Let me delete hello world. Okay. And I'll change the router later. Let me go into the router though, because it's trying to import this component that I no longer have. All right, and oh yeah, it was importing it in line there. Okay, so this should work. Yeah, there's no about in router, so it doesn't highlight. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I don't need any fancy top nav or something. I'm just gonna put the links there, just home and cart, I guess. So let me go ahead and, where's my app.vue? Do cart. The oldest language in Ireland is Program. It's literally lines on a vertical line. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that. I never saw it before. Hot takes about Vite versus Vue CLI. Vite is exciting, and I'm hoping that it's not really Vite versus Vue CLI because Vue CLI uses Webpack, so I think it's more Vite versus Webpack. But I think Vue CLI will eventually give you a Vite option. I'm not sure if they're working on it, where they're at with that, but I think that would make the most sense. Okay, so I have just regular home and cart links. Oh, that means I need a cart page. Okay, let me just do some dummy content here. Actually, which one? I'll make this stand out. All right, and then I'll copy this and make a cart page. And from the cart. This is kind of a very stripped down version of the store. Oh, they're not, the core team's not 100% in on Vite? I didn't realize that. Or something inspired by it. Webpack with UCLI. Okay. Yeah, Webpack works just fine for me. Mostly I've just tried out Vite because it's so fast and new and kind of interesting to use, but I'd say there's nothing wrong with no real issues that I've had with the Vue Webpack setup, especially since they made it so much faster, or since it builds so much faster with Vue3. Okay, so I have a cart page, and then I want one more page here, and this will be the checkout wizard. And I'm going to fix that in a second. Okay. And then in my components, I want a couple components. So first I want, so there's 3 steps here. So I'm going to make a component for each step. Yeah, so I guess the first one is contact, shipping, and then review. So let me just make those 3 components real quick. Let's see, contact, and then shipping, and then review. Okay, so I'm going to import these 3 components, and I guess I'll just go ahead and contact, and then I don't need that. These aren't connected to the router, so I'll do, oh, am I in review right now? Oh, this is the review component. Okay, so this one will be review, this one will be shipping, and this one will be contact. Oh yeah, that was already there. Okay, so that's fine. And let me import these into the checkout wizard now, and I'll do a vif to switch between them in a second. So, well, let me import them first. So let me import contact from source/components. On the new computer, the autocomplete is so fast. It's so nice. This computer takes like 10 seconds, and by that time I have already typed what I want to type. Okay, so that's contact. This is shipping. And review. Okay, and then let me register these. So contact, this has 4 spaces. Let me go ahead and change the spaces for this workspace. Okay, I guess that would be the tab. Yeah, tab size. Let me change it to 2 for JavaScript. Okay, done with that. Yeah, now it's at 2. So contact, and then shipping, and then review. Okay, and now let me put these in here. Hey Richard Me, how are you doing? Contact, and then shipping, and then review. Okay. Oh yeah, none of this is hooked up to the router. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll just hook up all the components for now, so, or all the views anyway. Okay, so okay. Let's do, no, not contact shipping. What is this? Oh yeah, I have to do the cart page and then the checkout page. And I'm not sure if checkout will be at the router here, but we'll see. Okay, and now I have home. So I'll do this, I guess. So home, and then cart, and then checkout. Okay, so now they're connected to the router, and now if I go to, let me close all of these, my app, now I'll just put checkout here, just so I have easy access for right now. I guess I didn't really need a cart page, but oh well. I'm good. What shortcut do you use to edit likely words in different lines at the same time? So Command D will select, so if I have like router here selected, Command D will select the next router and the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. Because I'm using Vim, I have to then hit escape, and now I have the cursor on all the lines. It's Command D on Mac, but you know, I think it's Control D on Windows. You're welcome. Oh, Constantine. Speaking of history, or we were talking about history earlier. Well, I guess that's a modern name too. Someone could be named Constantine. I just think of ancient Roman times. Okay, let me get rid of all this extra styles that I'm not going to use. So now I have these. Let me see. Can't resolve views checkout.vue. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's called checkout wizard. So I think I need to fix this in the router. Yeah, checkout wizard. Okay, there we go. Checkout. Alright, that's fine. I probably have some errors somewhere. And the next thing I think I'm going to do is install Prime Vue. No match for location. Okay, I'll get to that. Oh, I think I know what I did actually. Let me just fix that. Oh, right. Because I didn't update the location here. There's some kind of GUI Vim editor, or do you just have Vim mode? Yeah, I use Vim mode in all my editors. So VS Code, WebStorm, they all have good Vim support. So I use it whenever possible, even in my browser. So in the browser, I can also, well, this page doesn't scroll, but I can scroll with Vim. I can use shortcuts and hotkeys to select with the Vimium plugin. Vimium, let me see if I can see it. Yeah, Vimium, this plugin is completely awesome. Okay. So yeah, there's my app so far. So let me go ahead and use Prime Vue, and that'll give me some form components and stuff too, so it'll look a little bit nicer. The more I use Prime Vue, the more I really like it. It just has so many things and it works really well. The first time I looked at it, I think it was last year when Vue3 came out, and I was looking for something that supported Vue3. And I was like, this looks okay. But now that I've used it more and more, I think this is my go-to component library for Vue now. Okay, so let me look at components. Yeah. Vim is enjoyable though. I really like it. I don't do crazy things like play Vim golf anymore. I just, you know, use it casually, everyday coding. That's about it. Oh, I guess it's not because it's in my browser and everywhere else. No, Prime Vue does not require money. Now they have, as far as I know, but the themes, so they have paid themes that you can buy. And I think they have paid support and some other stuff. But yeah, I think that's what they charge money for. Yeah, is this pro support? And then I think pro themes and templates and stuff like that. Yeah, it does have a Vue wrapper around it. That's true. And that's how they can use it for Angular, React. You can use this for any framework, really. These Prime libraries. And they do have, so the Vue components, and that's how they were able to support Vue3 so much more quickly than the other frameworks, really. Part of this, so let me go to the setup here, get started. So part of this is that they have kind of a design library that you import with the CSS and whatever, and then they have the actual component library for Vue that you import. And the design library, you know, is the same for any Prime React, Prime Vue, whatever. Okay, so Prime Vue install and Prime icons. So let me stop my server. Prime icons. I wouldn't want to use something not written the Vue way. That's fair. Yeah. To be honest though, or to be, I guess, I don't know what I'm saying, but the other UI component libraries, I don't think, have any of the major ones been fully updated to Vue3? Like Vuetify, Quasar, all of those are not fully production ready in Vue3. So yeah, I don't know if any of the major ones are, except Prime Vue. And Prime Vue, you can use all of its components in Vue3 already for a long time now. Okay, so I installed those. Now I need to import it. So let me go ahead and grab this. Not my app, but let me go to main. And then it's an absolute import. I like to put those at the top. And then let me just put app.use Prime Vue. And then I can register components, or I can I'm just going to be importing them into the files when I need them. So let's see, single file components. Don't need that. Okay, I think in the individual, oh wait, here's the CSS for it. Let me go ahead and import that. Yeah, I want all three of these things, and I don't care about the theme, so I'll just use whatever theme they're using there. Okay, so let me import and then import there. Import. Oops. Oh, I forgot the. There we go. Okay, so now I have all of the Prime Vue stuff. Let me run the server again. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, they do have. So there's a bunch of pieces to this. There's like the main components, there's the CSS, there are the icons, which I already installed separately, and then I think Prime Flex is a separate library, which is their grid system. If you have an existing application, run the following commands to install it. Yeah, so there's several different things. So let me install Prime Flex. My servers. There we go. Okay, now this is finally installed. And now I need to import one more CSS. This is if I want to update individual Sass variables. I think it gives me the defaults there, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so now let me do npm run serve. Okay. So I'm finally getting to the form. So I'm gonna want some input text and stuff like that. Let me go to my checkout wizard and open contact. So basically I just need the header, a couple inputs, and a button. So let me go ahead and put this in here. I'm just gonna leave it at 2 inputs for right now. I guess 3 is fine. I'll just keep it like the design. Okay, so let me import this into the component. So I have input text and then register it as input text. And then I'm going to put all of these inside a div for right now. Actually, this whole thing should be a card, I guess. Or maybe I'll wrap this in some kind of card. So inside here, there. And now I can put input text, but I'll copy it from here. So just simple input text, and then 3 input texts, and then a button. Hey Maddie, thanks for the follow. Omit save. Yeah, because npm automatically saves it now in the package.json. So unless I tell it not to save it, I don't think there's anything different about the save command now. Where are my dependencies? Here they are. Yeah, so it automatically put all of these things in the package.json. Hey Coding Garden fan, how are you? Okay, let me do button and take this. Okay, Prime Vue. All right, register this. Okay. I am really excited about label. Yeah, I guess I need a label. about, what is that? The new VS Code AI, which will take so much boilerplate typing away. Has anyone used it before? All right. Oh, this should say next. Oh wait, I think, are we gonna, I think I'll just put the buttons in the parent actually, in the actual wizard, because I'm gonna need them for each one. Okay, button. Yeah, let me just do it there. And then here, get rid of that. Okay. Don't need icon, @click. I'll do that at some point. Actually, let me do it now. So I have these components. I'm going to put them inside a card, do a vif, but I need to have steps. So step 1, step 2, step 3 to show whichever component. So let me go ahead and do that actually. So in components, I have data. What do I want in data? Oh yeah, I need an object. Let me do, I guess I'll just call it step. It defaults to step 1. So, and I don't have a function to update the step yet, but I'll just do vif equals step equals 1. How long have I been streaming for? I think, I mean, I did a few streams a couple years ago. Hidden streams where I didn't tell anyone it was me, it was under an alias. But I would say I really started streaming, I think it was the beginning of last year or something around there. So it's been, I think, a little over a year and a half. Else if, yeah, step equals 2, and then else we're just going to imagine that there's no other option. It's just 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then let me go ahead and make the button, the next button. So this will have label next. And if you click on the button, so let me do @click equals, and then here I can just, since it's the next button, I'll just go ahead and plus equals 1. And then I guess I can go ahead and do the previous button, which will be previous. There we go. Okay. I keep working on something here, but I'll lurk. Cool. What are you working on? Yeah, Twitch isn't, it's not easy to search on Twitch for streams. And then also I used to stream on YouTube, but I mostly came to Twitch because it's a little bit better and there's less lag than on YouTube. Sometimes YouTube got up to about 20-second lag times between comments and me seeing the comment. So it was a little bit hard for a coding stream. Okay, previous, next. Yeah, let me see if this works. Okay. Yep, it works. But there's no stopper to go below 1. So let me do a vif here. So I'll do a vif. Only show this button if step is greater than 1, because then you can go back. And similar for, oops. For this one, only show if step is less than 3. Is less than 3. because otherwise it needs to show a submit button to submit the order. And this one will be if, wait, step equals 3. And then this will call a submit function. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I could do v else, I guess, because that stops it. So let me do, this should be v else if then. Okay. Oh wait, this is v else. Oh, you're designing a course for work around learning SQL. Oh, cool. I guess since it's for work, it's closed. Oh, have you seen SQL Bolt? I'm just gonna post it real quick. SQL Bolt's pretty cool. It lets you go through SQL challenges in the browser. Oh yeah, so these are working. Oh wait, shipping, there's no next button now. Yeah, where'd the next button go? Oh, because it's else. No, I need to do the if. Because previous and next can exist together, but submit can only exist if next isn't there. So, yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, that works. Let me make this look a little bit better. It looks really terrible. Let me get a card. Card component. These are always easy to make things look a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here because the buttons are gonna be inside the card. So it's gonna be, yeah, just like a regular form wizard. And then I didn't check in Prime View, but I'm guessing they have some kind of wizard slider something. Well, we'll see. Okay, for right now, let me do a card and let's see. Let me wrap this. So card, and then okay, card and card. Okay, there's a card. There's nothing in it. Okay, get rid of all those warnings. So, why is there nothing in it? Let me see. Oh, because I have to nest it. I think there are subcomponents for card. So, I have to nest it inside these templates, actually. Okay, that's perfect, because I want the title in the header. No. I want the title here. And then I want the buttons in the footer and then the content, just like it has in the example. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this and then arrange it. There we go. Take these buttons, put them in the footer. Get rid of these two buttons. And then okay, and then in content it will be that. And then, which are the form components. Here I'm gonna put an H3 with the title. So this will have, or I don't know if I need an H3 because maybe it already wraps it because it's a title. So let me just put contact. There we go. Hey, Fidur, thanks for the follow. A simple question, would you override browser? How would you override browser autocomplete issue? I'm having a hard time figuring out in Vue3 with dark theme. It looks awful. You mean design-wise? Or you mean because it gives you... Yeah, I know Vuetify does make it hard to overwrite some of the styles. I had some trouble with a few things. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. Because I think you mean, so when you autocomplete something, it turns these things a different color from the browser defaults. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what to do. Maybe somebody else knows. Okay. So what was I looking at? Oh yeah, the template here. So these should be inside a card. Oh, let me put a max width on the card. And then also... Oh. All these aren't contact though. Okay. Well, I'll have to do a different string based off of the step, but that's fine. Let me get rid of this though. And then get rid of the extra div. There we go. And now, actually, I might just do a fragment so I can return these 3 elements directly. Okay. And, well, when I get into Vue modeling, I don't know if I can use fragments. We'll see. Anyway, card template. Yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a max width for the card itself. Let me see where it says how to do that here. When you start typing in the inbox for an email, Chrome, Edge, Firefox, I'll suggest my previous emails in the dropdown, which I don't want. I think the user has to turn that off. I think because I turned it off in my browser settings, but people, I don't know if you can as an app developer turn that off. Can you? Yeah, that's a local browser setting. P card. What was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I want to make this only a certain width. Doesn't seem to say here, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is the grid. So prime flex, let me go to the grid system. So it does have flexbox options, and then also the grid system is more like a CSS modern grid slash bootstrap-esque thing. Okay. Offset nested, here we go. So here are the columns. Yeah, let me just grab this and wrap this in a grid. And actually, I'm gonna wrap the whole page. Or I can do this at the app. The app level, yeah, I can wrap this whole thing in a grid actually. And then put an offset. That way nothing is pushed toward the edge of the page. Okay. Wrap the whole router view. And then I think I do... Everything in Prime View is prefixed with a P for Prime View. So P offset 4. Let me see if that works. Invalid end tag in app.view. Okay, well. Oh, I see. I had too many. Okay, it's restarting. There we go. So, yeah, that looks more like a card anyway. And then I don't really care about the header, although I will fix this just for consistency. Yeah, there. And then here, let me put these on separate lines. So I think if I do the input width, I think I can just directly change the input width. And I won't scope it so that it will just update all inputs in the app, because I don't think I'll have any more inputs. So let me do width of 300 pixels. And then style. Yeah, okay. And this is fine with me. Okay, now I wonder how to get labels. So this is a lot of setup to actually get to the form wizard part that I wanted to get to. So input text. I want something like this, the label above. Yeah. That's a floating label. Where are... Here we go. Which one do I want? Something like the username one. Here, label 4. So this is just a standard HTML label. And p field. Okay. So I guess that would put, this would put everything on a new line, so I wouldn't have to manually set the width maybe. Let me see if this works. So let me go to contact here. You can tell fields not to autocomplete or autofill. Yeah. All right. So let me get rid of this. So I'm just not going to use the help text. And then what did I have here? Name, email, and phone number. So let's say name, and then name. Let me call it name input, and then type. This is text. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take this out. Okay. So input, and then, oh yeah, this is for the ID, which is name input. Okay, I think that's correct. Let me see how that is. Oh well, it's not on separate lines, so I'll just leave it like that. And oh, okay, now it is on separate lines. How come when this doesn't make any sense. How come when I add that with the space, it suddenly goes on a separate line? Okay, whatever. That's fine. Let me now do this for the other two fields, and then I can finally add the V models. Oh, because of the width. Ah, that's right. I wonder, let me just do width 100%, because 300 pixels is an arbitrary number with no meaning. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So name, email, email input, type, I can put email, and then the last one, what was the last one? Oh yeah, phone. Text is fine. I'll just leave it. Okay. So now I have all of those. Name, email, phone, and then I can get to shipping. So contact, I don't know, I don't know. I think the easiest thing to do, because this should change, this doesn't currently change when I go to the next step. So I think the easiest thing to do would be to just check step, I guess, and then display contact or shipping or review. Or I could do some kind of computed. Yeah, let me make a computed variable here. So let's do step title, and then it will watch the step. So if this dot step, I could do a switch here. So if this dot step is 1, then what would it do? Oh yeah, it would be contact. Return contact. Else if this dot step is 2, then return shipping, and then else return, what was the other one? Oh, review. There we go. Okay, and now step title. So now I can just put this here. I left out the attribute for phone. Okay, let me look at it 1 second. So step title. Okay, there's contact, there's shipping, and review. Okay, and of course those individual pages also have their own titles, so I'll just have to get rid of those and then fix those later. Okay. Yeah, now it's changing as I expect. So you say I left out the attribute for phone. Oh, yeah. So, oops, it should be phone here. Okay, thanks. So now I need to map the data, because I want the data to live in this parent component, checkout wizard. But I'm going to use the inputs in the child component. And this is actually what I wanted to get to this whole stream. So this changed, how you do this changed a little bit from Vue2 to Vue3. So let me go ahead and add some things in data. I'm going to have different objects. So one object for contact info and one, oops. And then one object for shipping info. Okay, name, email, phone. Name, email, phone. Okay, and then I'll map that information to this object. Now, if I just want to display static content, what is this doing? I really have to finish setting up my new computer. Okay, so if I just wanted to map static content, I would just vbind that information. So like name would be contact info.name. But I don't want to display it, I want to model it actually into the input. So I'm gonna actually pull up the docs. So I think I can find it like vmodel child component. Hey Yasmin Aries, how are you? Let's see. No, this isn't what I want. I want the actual documentation for it. Because they have a whole page for it in their documentation. So maybe I can just find it if I go to this for Vue3, click here. I'm going to the Vue3 docs. Okay. Cookbook examples, contribute style guide. Guide? Let me go to API reference. Directives. Let's go to vmodel. What? I really can't find this. Man, why can't I find this? There's no search here. Okay, I'll use Google. I'm good. How are you? I'm having fun getting to stream Vue again. Let's see. Vue vmodel child data? No, parent data to child. Thanks for the follow. It's taking a minute. Okay. Update parent. That's Stack Overflow. Why can't I found the docs earlier. Why can't I find that doc page now? Oh man, okay. Vue, what's the website? It's like vue.js.org. Can I search the website? Really? If anyone finds this before me, then post it in the chat. What do I do? Okay. Vue.js vmodel? Form input bindings. Here. I think I just found it. Not this one. Okay, so this is the basic usage, regular vmodel, to use two-way data binding, basically. So it data binds to that variable, and then you can display it. Okay, but what I'm looking for is this one. Let me post this in chat. Oh, this is under the migration guide, I think. Yeah, guide migration vmodel. Okay, in terms of what has changed, so this is the vmodel when you're using, let me find it, to basically use vmodel directly on a child component, and then in the child component map it to the parent. So that was Vue2, and now in Vue3 they changed it a little bit, and I think before you weren't able to, or at least I never did, like vmodel multiple variables to the child. I think I mostly just used functions for that, but now they have an easier syntax, easier updated syntax. So basically I'm going to pass in the variables to the child component, and then in the child I can emit, I should have it somewhere here, I can emit update, basically an update for any of the variables that I'm passing to the child. So that's what I'm gonna do. You hate the new system. What do you think would be better than the new system? Okay, so instead of name here, I'm gonna do vmodel. and I'm going to vmodel, and then I think I can just do name here. I think that's how I do it. And then vmodel the name variable to contact info.name. And let me do that with the other variables now. So email, and what was the other one? Phone. Phone. Okay. So contact info.phone. And this one is email. Okay, so I'm modeling these to the child, and this is really, it's really annoying, I would say, to update, I guess to update information from the child to the parent without vmodel. I mean, there's events, you can call functions, or you can use Vuex. There's a couple different ways to do it, but I think this is the best way that I've found that I think is the cleanest, nicest way for me so far. Okay, so first I need props. I need to accept all of those things that I just passed in. So let me do props. The previous system was so intuitive and obvious. Model value. But I don't actually use the text model value anywhere. I think I did. So there's this tutorial that, a Vue tutorial that I'm about to launch right now. I think I did in that tutorial actually, but in real life, I don't believe I used the text or that special variable or whatever they give you, model value. Okay, but name, I'm just going to do the shorthand and use all of these as strings. So email, string, and then phone. I just do a string if people add dashes or hyphens. I'm not parsing through that in this application. So, okay, and then I need emits, and then I need a method. So emits, and then this would be an array of all the strings. So here it would be update and then the name. Oh, I know. Model value is the default. So if I only did vmodel, the name would be under model value. But here, since I'm giving it a name, which this isn't, I don't think this is clearly laid out in the documentation here either. Maybe I should contribute. Okay, so update, this would be update name, and then update email, and then update phone. Okay, so these are the events that I can emit from this component, and then I'm going to emit those from methods. So I guess I'll have, well, these will be on change, either at input or on change or some kind of an event. So let me do change. I don't know if this naming convention is good, but I'm just coming up with it as I go along. So change name, change email, and then I'm just putting these as 3 separate ones to make it easy. So change phone. Okay. And then here I need to do this dot emit, the name of the event, and then whatever value I'm passing in. So I think here, and it's a little bit different. So there in the example, they pass in the title value or something. I get these back from, because these are Prime Vue custom components. These aren't even my own custom components. So I believe, and let me try this with just one of these so far. So let me set the value just as a getter to the name variable, but this won't update, of course, because it's not a vmodel. And now at input because I'm going to update through passing the new value to the parent via init. So if I do input here, I'm going to call the change name function, and this should pass some kind of an event. And then let me just console.log the event for right now. I think it's like event.value. It's something, not the regular event object, but where's my, did I exit out of my application? I think I did. Okay, let me go to localhost 8080. All right, I need some water. Okay. Now let me pull up here. I'm just logging it out. Yeah, input event. Oh, I guess it is a regular event because I have target and then value. No. Goes on forever. Yeah, target.value. Okay, never mind. For some reason I thought it hijacked the event object, but I can indeed do target.value. So I'll do this dot, is it $emit? And then this will be the update name event, and then e.target.value. Okay, and this should update the event. Why don't I have my Vue DevTools here? I'm not sure. That's weird. How come it's showing Redux and not Vue? Yeah, I don't know why. Open Vue DevTools. Yeah, I don't have Vue DevTools. Let me close this and open it again. Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure where my Vue DevTools went. Oh well. It's not a big deal. But I have changed name, so update name. And then just to make sure this is working, let me just print out the name variable since I can't find my DevTools. Okay, so yeah, so that is working. This at input event, and then I'm emitting this to the parent. The event updates because of the V model in the parent, so it updates that contactinfo.name variable. So that works, which is cool. And I basically need to do the same thing for all the other ones too. So, oops, there we go. And this would be email. I need the event here. And this would be phone. Okay. And then it's the same thing in the inputs. So this would be changed. I guess I didn't need to build a whole form for this. I guess a whole wizard form. I could have just made 2 components, but oh well, maybe I'll do more with this project in the future. Okay, and this will be change phone. Oh yeah, let me update these. So phone, and then email. Okay, that all looks good. Yeah, DevTools. Oh, is it saying my DevTools are blocked because of something? I don't know. let's see. Oh, this is still displaying. Let me get rid of that. And then shipping. So I'd basically do something similar with shipping. This would have the street, state, and zip code. And then there's a checkbox down there. Okay. So I could, I don't know if I want to go through all these steps if they're going to be similar, but let me get started with shipping. Basically put all of these things in here. I need to import the input component and then basically copy a whole bunch of stuff from here, and then I need something very similar. So it would basically be the same thing as the other component, except the names would be different. So instead I would have street, state, and zip instead of these three variables. And yeah, does anyone have any suggestions or questions about, I guess, how vModel works? I think I really like the naming. I know Jared mentioned, or yeah, that there's another name like the default name, which is model value, but I really like that, you know, you can give it whatever name and that's the exact name of the prop and the child. So for here it would be state and zip, and then zip would be a number. State, street, those would be strings, that's fine. And then I guess I'll just finish this since I started it. So this would be street and state. Your implementation is much better than the default. Yeah, I'm really thinking that I should contribute to the documentation and fix it. Not fix it, but add to it. Okay. Oh yeah, and then I would have to change the names. This is why I need AI to help me. All right. State. So there's not so much typing the same stuff. Okay. And then this would be the emits. These are the events. Basically, it's going to throw an error, the component, if I don't have these registered here. I can't remember if this is an error. Oh wait, let me leave this here for a second. Yeah, I'll get rid of them in a second, and you can see there's an error or a warning where it tells you you have to register the events, basically. So, oh yeah, street, okay. I'm just gonna leave the IDs as the old things for right now because there's a lot of typing. So here, this will be change street, and then this is state, state, and then what was the other one? Zip. Okay. Whatever, I'll do the right thing and make the IDs more accurate. Alright, state. Yeah, that's better so someone doesn't look at this code later and wonder what I'm doing. Okay, I think that's everything in this component that I needed to change. And then from the parent here, so I'd have to, wait, where's the parent? Here we go. For contact, I'd have to do this same thing for this component here. So I need to do 3 V models. And then this would be, what was it? Street, state, and zip. Oh, I should have done these at the same time. So street, state, and zip. Okay. Street, state, and zip. Oh yeah, and then I'll have to change that to shipping info. So vModel, so instead of contact info, this will be shipping info. Okay. So I think this is correct. Let me make sure that works first. Yeah, this is shipping. Wait, let me clear that. I think it's just loading a little bit slow. Okay. So, invalid prop type. Oh, right. Because I have the input type as text, I think I need number. Okay. Yeah, they got rid of that bind.sync. That was part of it. Let me just comment these out for a second. And so you can see the error. All right, it's refreshing. All right, step 1 now. Invalid prop type. Yeah, now it gives an error. Yeah, component emitted event update street, but it is neither declared in the emits option nor as an on update street prop. Okay, so I guess you can use it. I haven't tried it in the props, but it says you can add an on update street prop here, or you can just define it as an emit here. So thanks, Jared. I didn't even see that, but whatever it was, thanks. Okay. Invalid prop. On update street. Yeah. So now it shouldn't throw an error. I think the emits, I mean, I don't know, I haven't tried defining it in props, but it seems intuitive that I would put the events in an emits section and kind of separate them instead of props, and then I'm not actually explicitly passing those props, so I think that would be more confusing to add it as a prop versus just defining it as an emit. Oh yeah, these now the only warnings are for prop type for zip. Oh wait, because I think I'm giving it a default. Yeah. Oh well, I'm gonna just call it null then. Which, yeah, anyway. And then basically I would pass contact info and shipping info, just directly vbind it into the review component. So I could do that and contact info and then shipping info. And then I would be able to display this. This is just regular, so if I go into review, I can, well, I have to accept those props, so I'm gonna do props. And then contact info. I'm not gonna do shape, I'll just do object, and so it can have whatever it wants on it. So shipping info object. Okay, so I accepted those props, and now I'll have some kind of h3 here and say shipping info and then I can do p, and then this would be something like shipping info.name, and then email, and then phone. Okay, and then I would do the same thing for the contact info. Although contact should go first, so contact info. Oh, this would be contact info actually. So let me undo. So yeah. Contact info, and then shipping info would have the street. Oh wait, street, state, and this would be zip, I think. Okay, let's. Nope. Oh, because I don't actually have anything. So let me put something here. Next. Yay! And then I could submit it. Yeah, so that whole stream, all those components, just to try out the vModels syntax, which has been updated. Let me go ahead and post that. So these are the docs about how it was updated and the breaking changes from Vue 2 to Vue 3. Oh, bye, Jared. Have fun at work today. All right. So those are the new docs. And let me go ahead and stop my server since I finished. Git status. Just add everything. The Vue CLI already gave me a git ignore, so it should be ignoring what I want to. I'm just gonna commit message form wizard from stream on, what is it, August 5th? I think it's August 5th. Okay, so I committed. Now let me push origin main. Cool. Let me go to the Git repo, Vue3 form wizard. This is under my Faraday Academy org. Awesome. Yeah, it says 1 hour ago because when I create the Vue project, it automatically does the first commit. And then this is the commit that I just made. So yeah, here's the code if you want to check it out. If you have any suggestions, you can go to my Discord or raise an issue here if it's about this project. If you have any suggestions for streams for next week or the future, then let me know. I'm always looking for fun, interesting one-off streams like this. I think it's nice to accomplish something in one stream. But I also have some longer projects that I can just, dive into on any stream. So you can take a look at those and let me know if you want me to dive into one of those too. So